Hello everyone, myself Sneha Shah from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Today I will explain you about continuous random variable and probability density function from the subject of probability and statistics. In the last session I had explained you about what is continuous random variable and what is discrete random variable. There is a one difference between these two types of random variable. If uncountably infinite number of random variable, then it is considered as continuous random variable. So if we are defining this continuous random variable, if x is the continuous random variable having the probability distribution function f of x, then the function capital F of x equals to probability of x which is less than or equals to x is equals to integration over minus infinite to x f of x dx. For this, the range of x is in between minus infinite to infinite. This is called as the distribution or cumulative distribution of x for this continuous random variable. Now the properties of this continuous random variables are, first property is f of minus infinite equals to 0. It means when we are taking x equals to minus infinite, the answer of this term is equals to 0. Next property is f of infinite equals to 1. At the infinite time, if we will taking the probability distribution function, then it will be considered as sure event, so its output equals to 1. Next is f of x is in between 0 to 1 because it's starting from minus infinite to infinite, so it will be always in between 0 to 1. Now the next property is probability of x is in between a to b is equals to f of higher value means b minus f of lower value means a. It means f of b minus f of a. Now the next topic is probability density function. Let x be a continuous time random variable such that probability of x falling in the small interval x minus dx by 2 to x plus dx by 2 is f of x dx. In this dx is the smallest interval in which we are seeing the change in the continuous random variable. So it means we are finding probability of x in the range of x minus dx by 2 to x plus dx by 2. This equals to f of x dx. The function f of x is called as probability density function of x if it satisfies the following conditions. So to find whether any function is probability density function or not, so to find out that there are some conditions which should be satisfied. The first condition is f of x should be greater than or equals to 0. In this, x is in the range between minus infinite to infinite. Now the second condition is integration over minus infinite to infinite f of x dx equals to 1. It means integration should be equals to 1. So we will use these two conditions to find out whether the given random variable is probability density function or not. In this, we will note that probability of x in the range of a to b is equals to integration over a to b f of x dx. Means if we are taking any finite range, then the range will be according to this term. Now the first example is show that the function f of x is defined by f of x equals to 1 by 7 for x is in range between 1 to 8, otherwise its value equals to 0. is a probability density function for a random variable. Hence, find probability of x in between 3 to 10. Now, in this example, you had given that the function f of x, it means f of x is given to you, and you have to find out that whether this function is probability density function or not. To show this that it is probability density function, the first condition is f of x should be greater than or equals to 0, right? So this one is the first condition. Now you can see that f of x, value of f of x equals to 1 by 7 for this range, otherwise its value equals to 0. So there is not any term which is negative. So all the values of f of x is greater than or equals to 0, otherwise its value equals to 1 by 7. So this first condition is fulfilled. Now the second condition is you have to find out integration minus infinite to infinite f of x dx, and the value of this should be equals to 1. Now we will starting calculation of this. So we will taking integration over minus infinite to infinite f of x dx. We are starting from this term and we are deriving answer of this equals to 1. Now in this we will splitting this whole integration into 3 different parts. The first part is minus infinite to 1, from second part 1 to 8, and the third part as 8 to infinite. Suppose if we are taking this range as minus infinite to infinite, minus infinite to 1, 1 to 8 and 8 to infinite. This one is first, this one is second integration, and this one is third integration. Now why I had splitting this whole range in 3 parts? Because the value of f of x is given to you for this range only, means for this range 1 to 8 only you had given some f of x, otherwise its value equals to 0, and this one is also 0. So over here we will write down f of x dx. The term will remain same for all the other integrations. So f of x dx. Now for this range minus infinite to 1, the value of f of x equals to 0. Similarly for the range 8 to infinite, the value equals to 0. Now for this range, the value of, for the range of 1 to 8, the value of f of x equals to 1 by 7. So over here we will write down 1 by 7 instead of f of x. Here we will write down dx, and this term is 1 by integration over 1 to 8. Now you have to simplify this term. So we will simplify it like 0 plus any term means that term only, like 0 plus 5, it will gives you 5. So 0 plus this term plus 0, it means it will gives you this answer. So the next step is we will taking integration over 1 to 8, integration over 1 to 8. Instead of f of x we have taken 1 by 7 dx. Now if we will calculating this, 1 by 7 is constant, so it will be outside of integration of 1 to 8. Over here we will write down 1 dx. So value of this equals to 1 by 7. Integration of 1 equals to x. We will put 1 to 8 range. Now the next step is we will put higher limit minus lower limit. Now as you know that 8 minus 1 equals to 7, 7 will be cancelled out, so its answer equals to 1. So we had proved this second property. As these two conditions are fulfilled, so f of x is probability distribution function, or we can say that probability density function. Now we have to calculate the second term. In this you have to calculate probability of x, which is in the range of 3 to 10. So if you want to find out this, for that we will starting 3 to 10 f of x dx. Now this can be divided into two parts, 3 to 8 plus 8 to 10. Now why I had splitting this whole term in this two part? Because if we are taking this 3 to 10, in this up to 3 to 8 you had given for 1 to 8. For 1 to 8 you had given the value as f of x equals to 1 by 7. Otherwise its value equals to 0. So for 8 to 10 the value equals to 0. So for 8 to 10 the function equals to 0, and for 3 to 8 the function f of x dx, instead of f of x we will take 1 by 7 dx, and over here f of x dx equals to 0. Now if we are simplifying this term, 1 by 7 is constant, so it will be outside of this integration. Over here the term will becomes 1 and the integration of 1 equals to x. Now its range is 3 to 8. It means 8 minus 3 divided by 7, 8 higher limit minus lower limit divided by 7. So 8 minus 3 means 5 by 7. So this is your final answer. So this way you can find out probability of any term for a particular range, like 3 to 10, like 2 to 8, likewise. Now the next example is the function f of x defined by this a probability density function. Means this function f of x is given to you and you have to find out whether the given function f of x is probability density function or not. If so, find the probability that the variant having this density falls in the interval 1 to 2. So for this we will start from f of x is, it should be greater than or equals to 0. Now as you know that this f of x is in the range of x is greater than or equals to 0. It means 0 to infinite. And as we are taking x equals to 0 to infinite, suppose if I am starting e raised to 0, x equals to 0 means e raised to 0, its value equals to 1. If e raised to minus 1, it means 1 by e, so its value is less than 1. Similarly, e raised to minus 2 equals to 1 upon e square. It is also much less than 1. It means the value of e raised to something will go decreasing. So overall value will be always low, and we can say that addition of all this term equals to 1. So f of x should be always greater than or equals to 0 if you are finding the value of e equals to 2 point something. So if we are dividing 1 upon that value, so it will be in terms of point of something, but it will not less than 0, means not a negative value. So the first condition fulfilled, that f of x is always greater than or equals to 0. Now we have to find out the second condition, which is integration over minus infinite to infinite f of x dx. This should be equals to 1. So we will starting from minus infinite to infinite. F of x means e raised to minus x. So this will dividing into two parts. So I am starting that from that. We will split the whole range into two parts, minus infinite to 0 and 0 to infinite. Because minus infinite to 0 means for negative value of x, f of x equals to 0. So for this negative value of x, its value equals to 0. This one is f of x dx. This one is also f of x dx. Now the first term will become 0 plus in the second term for 0 to infinite the value of f of x equals to e raised to minus x dx. Now if we simplify this, it will become integration over 0 to infinite e raised to minus x dx. Integration of this equals to minus of e raised to minus x, and the range of this equals to 0 to infinite. Now if we are simplifying this, it will become e raised to minus infinite minus higher range minus the lower range, and this minus will remain as it is. So the final term is e raised to minus infinite equals to 0, and e raised to 0 means 1. 0 minus 1 means minus 1. Minus 1 into minus, it means 1. So answer of this equals to 1. So we can say that this function is probability density function. Now you had asked that if so means if it is probability density function, then find the probability of variant. It means find the probability of x having the density falls in the interval 1 to 2. It means you have to find out probability of x in between 1 to 2. Now how will you find out this? It will be found by using 1 to 2 f of integrating over 1 to 2 f of x dx. Now for this range 1 to 2, it means it is always greater than or equals to 0. It means in this range the value of f of x equals to e raised to minus x dx. Now if we are simplifying this, e raised to minus x dx integration equals to minus e raised to minus x, and the range is 1 to 2. Now if we are simplifying this, its answer is e raised to minus 2 higher range minus lower range. And if you are simplifying this, then the answer is 0.233. Now the next example is if the probability density function is given by f of x equals to this, then find the value of k. Also find p means probability of x in between 0.1 to 0.2 and probability of x for greater than 0.5. Now how will calculate this example? To calculate this example, you had given that this function is probability density function. It means f of x, value of f of x is always greater than or equals to 0. And the second term is integration of minus infinite to infinite f of x dx. This should be equals to 1. Now we will use this property to find out the value of k. So starting from this minus infinite to infinite f of x dx, this should be equals to 1. Now this part will get divided into this minus infinite to infinite, right? In this, for the range of 0 to 1 only, it means for 0 to 1 only, over here the value of f of x has some value. Otherwise its value equals to 0. So we will splitting the whole range in 3 parts. This one is first part, second part and third part. So this whole integration gets divided into 3 parts. The first part is minus infinite to 0, the second part is 0 to 1 and the third part is 1 to infinite. Now in this 3 part of integration, the term will remain same For the first step, it means f of x dx. So over here we will write f of x dx, f of x dx and f of x dx. Instead of this, we have splitted it in 3 parts, but is equals to 1, so it will remain as it is. Now this part equals to 0 plus this part is also equals to 0 is equals to 1. For this, we will take for 0 to 1, instead of f of x, we will put k into 1 minus x square dx. Now 0 plus this term means the final answer is equals to this. Now we will finding the integration of this part. So the next term is integration 0 to 1. Instead of f of x, we have to take k into 1 minus x square dx. Right. Now in this, if we will integrating this part, we will splitting this in 2 parts. First part is k into 1 means k. As k is constant, so it will be outside of this integration. So inside the integration, the term will remain 1 into dx minus the second part is k is also constant. It means it is outside this integration. Over here, the second part is x square dx. Now if we will integrating this part, integration of 1 means x, the range is 0 to 1 minus k will be as it is. Integration of x square means x cube by 3, the range is 0 to 1. Now we will put the range 1 minus 0 minus k, 1 cube means 1 by 3 minus 0 cube means 0 by 3 means 0. Now if we simplify this, k into 1 means k minus k into 1 by 3 means k by 3. 3 goes over here, 3k minus k means 2k by 3. And as you know, in the last step, as the summation of all this term equals to 1, so we will take value of this equals to 1. So if we will take value of this equals to 1, so the answer of k equals to 3 by 2. 3 goes over here and 2 goes over here. So the final value of k equals to 3 by 2. Now you have to find out the value of probability of x in the range between 0.1 to 0.2. Now how will you calculate this? It will be calculated by using second part. For second part, you have to find out probability of x in between 0.1 to 0.2. So to calculate this, we will integrating 0.1 to 0.2 of f of x dx. Now the value of f of x equals to, we will put the value of f of x. The value of f of x equals to k into 1 minus x square dx. But as you know, the value of k equals to 3 by 2. So this will becomes 3 by 2 is constant. So it will be outside of this integration means 3 by 2. Integration in between 0.1 to 0.2. 1 minus x square dx. Now this one is 3 by 2. Integration of 1 is x and integration of x square means x cube by 3. The range is 0.1 to 0.2. And if you will simplifying this by putting the value of x, first one is HAL range means 0.2 minus 0.2 cube divided by 3. This term minus lower value means 0.1 minus 0.1 cube divided by 3. So if you are calculating these, then the final answer is 0.41465. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Now in the third part you have to find out probability of x which is greater than 0.5. It means you have to calculate integration of f of x. For that the value of x should be greater than 0.5. It means from 0.5 to infinite, right? As you know that the value of x is given in between 0 to 1. So for this range only you had given f of x. So this 0.5 to infinite, this range will get divided into two parts, 0.5 to 1 and 1 to infinite. So this will get divided into two parts, 0.5 to 1 and 1 to infinite. In this we will put the same value as f of x, dx. Now as you know that in this range the value of f of x equals to k into 1 minus x square. So f of x equals to this into integration of this for range 0.5 to 1 dx plus for this range the value of f of x equals to 0. So if we will simplify this, then the value of this equals to value of k is constant and value of k equals to 3 by 2, and the value of 1, integration of 1 will gives you x, answer as x minus x square's integration is x cube by 3. The range of this equals to 0.5 to 1. If we will simplifying this, then 3 by 2, higher range means 1 minus 1 by 3 minus lower range means 0.5 minus 0.5 cube divided by 3. Now if we will simplifying this, then the final answer is 0.3125. So this is your final answer.